to Slowpoke Racing and to the Ultimate Racing League, and this is our BTCC Replica Championship. I'm with the League One guys, and well, we're really cracking through this season. We're at round 6 already. We've come back to Europe. We've spent a little bit of time in America and over in Japan as well. So we've come back to Europe. We're in Germany, and we are at the Nurburgring on the GP Sprint circuit. 3.2 miles and 15 turns. Pretty technical track, actually. A very fast track as well. So, yeah, looking forward to this one. And if the racing's anything like it has been over the previous rounds, then we're in for a real treat today. 3 races, 3 15-minute races. The only tyre rules are that mediums have to be used in at least one of the races. And that's about it, but we will check tyres out as usual as the race progresses. So we're not going to mess about. We're just going to get straight into this one. The guys have been out, done 10 minutes of qualifying, and this is how the grid stacks up for round 6 then. So Wadru on pole. This is his second time on pole, so leading the championship as well, I think. We will do the championship points next week. I've not got them, the up-to-date ones, at the minute, or I probably have somewhere in amongst all this paperwork, so I apologise for that, but I will bring you the league tables next week. But what I can tell you, I think, is that Wadro is actually heading the table up, and like I say, finds himself on pole for only the second time. Grasshopper is in second, just behind him. In third is Neil Farmack. Stormfly back. The Flying Dutchman is back. He's missed a round or two, which has cost him, actually. That would have cost him quite a few points. And I'm just having a quick look back now, and I think the last time Stormfly was racing was round 3 at Brands Hatch. So he missed out on Autopolis and Blue Moon, but he's back on grid, so everybody else will obviously be having a close eye on him. But Stormfly sitting there in 4th. Brian Moncani is 5th on the grid. Scooby is 6th. Willard is 7th. Unforgiven 8th. Stealth is 9th. Stealth was missing last week as well, wasn't he? So good to see him back on the grid. And Corky is in 10th. A couple missing today. Notable is Bennett. He's missing. I've just noticed it because Corky's in the little Toyota as well, and Bennett does like to be in the Bennett. Got himself on the podium last week as well, did Bennett. So he'll be kicking himself. He's not here this time around. And Brownie in the Honda is also one of those that's noted as missing. Not quite sure what's happened to those. But yeah, they're going to lose out on some good points today. But onwards and upwards, as they say. So let's get some lights out, shall we, and get first race underway. You can see it's nice and clear skies, so no rain schedule. Bit of cloud up there, but nothing too drastic. So we'll see how these guys get on. Let's just have a look. This is a late morning race. We've got one in the afternoon and then one at sunset later on today, as Wadru takes us through the turn 1 then. Everybody just stacking up. This is a pretty technical part of the track, actually, as Stormfly already looking to attack Neil Farmack as they go around these tricky turns 3 and 4, and then we're on to a decent straight section. Foot down, but not for very long before you have to go into the Dunlop curve at turn 7. So Neil Farmack just holding on to P3 at the minute. Wadru leading. Grasshopper in 2nd. Neil Farmack in 3rd. Stormfly in 4th. Scooby is 5th. Then we've got Brian Moncani. We've got Willard. We've got Unforgiven. Stealth and Corky just bringing up the rear there. So everybody just trying to get some heat into the tyres. Track temperature is not going to be too warm out there at the minute. It is in the morning, so the guys will have to get some heat in them tyres just to help them perform a little bit better. So as we come around the final turn at turn 15 at Coca-Cola Curve, we will be staring at the start-finish line and that's lap 1 completed. So across the line they go. Then Wadru goes defensive as it's a 620 metre race down towards turn 1. Wadru hugging that inside line, doesn't want to give Grasshopper any opportunity to make a move on him. You've got to be careful at that turn 1. There is quite a bit of a drop as you go around the corner. Willard coming under attack from Unforgiven. Unforgiven trying to find a way around the outside at Mercedes Arena. Can't quite do it. Has he got himself on the inside? Yes, he has. So Unforgiven got himself on the inside, but he is going to now be on the outside. So Willard, if he can get his nose in front, might just be able to hold on to 7th. But Unforgiven putting up a fantastic fight, as Willard is on the inside as they come down towards Dunlop Curve at turn 7. This is the hairpin, and Willard has got himself in front. So Unforgiven still fighting away. Stealth just sitting behind him. Let's jump on board with Stealth, shall we, in the Focus. The only Focus actually in League 1. If you do like the look of the Focuses, then head over to League 2 and have a look at Thingamajigs Racing channel, because it is a proper Focus fest over there, and Ryan does an absolutely fantastic job of the commentary for League 2. So if you've not already, if you head over to Thingamajigs Racing channel, get yourself subscribed onto that, and you are in for a treat with the League 2 guys running their BTCC replica. As I say, there is more Focuses out there than you can shake a stick at. But in League 1 we've just got the 1, and it belongs to Stealth, who currently is sitting in 9th. Gorky in 10th, just losing touch of the guys in front of him. Everybody on the soft tyres for race 1. So mediums will come into play over the next couple of races, so that'll all be down to the tactics. So Wadru still out in front then on lap 3 down towards turn 7. They're very quick laps, aren't they? Wadru with the fastest laps so far are 1:32.3. Pretty sure that's going to come down a little bit more as well as this race progresses. So it's Wadru from Grasshopper from Neil Farmack. So pretty much as they started this race then. Stormfly still sitting in 4th. Remember, he missed a couple of rounds, so he's got to settle into this race, get his head back into it. We are only 4.5 minutes into this race, so we've still got 10 minutes or so to go, so plenty of time. And Stormfly really tucking himself under the rear bumper of Neil Farmack, really applying the pressure, isn't he? Maybe he's just trying to save on tyres, save a little bit of fuel by just slipstreaming. You can see that Wadru's having none of that, is he? But Grasshopper just doesn't look interested. Wadru pulls to the inside, so he's got the inside line going into turn 1. Grasshopper was just not interested at all in trying to pick up the slipstream, feels he doesn't need it. Scooby sitting in 5th, he's having a good first few opening laps, is Scooby in the BMW, with Brian Moncani taking a very, very wide line. You've got to take that line as wide as you can actually, but I think that was probably a little bit too wide for Brian. As we go around turns 3 and 4, then onto this short straight through turn 5, which is more a little kink in the road, and then into the hairpin. I'm just looking. This the map I've got is a different map. Got it wrong. the map I'm looking at is very similar, but it's added a couple of corners. It's just confused me a little bit there, but it doesn't make any difference. I don't know where I got this bloody thing from. Anyway, Unforgiven down in 7th, managed to get by Willard, so sorry we missed that, but Unforgiven has managed to get by Willard and moves up into 7th, trying to open up a little bit of a gap as we see Stealth just in the background. He's attacking Willard as well, but as they head down towards turn 1 now across the start finish line. So Stealth, the Focus usually pretty quick off the line, so Stealth should be able to keep up with Willard. Yes, he is, and it is the Ford against the BMW, and Stealth is on the inside. as we get into turn one. And you can just see that drop there, getting on the power as early as you can, and Willard just managing to stay ahead of Stealth. And poor old Corky, well, he's just rearranging all the cones at the back. There is a gap there. It's not a massive gap between himself and Stealth, so there is still time for Corky to catch up, but you can see he's struggling a little bit with this Toyota around this GP Sprint circuit. It is very slippy slidey out there. Maybe needs to just adjust the brake balance or the aero. It is more turns than it is sprints. Now then, why have we got a yellow flag? Let's have a look. There's nothing obvious, is there? Well, let's go back up to the top, shall we, and see what's happening. Woodrow's still out in front as we come around. I'm saying turn 15, it's not turn 15, is it? It's Coca-Cola curve. We'll refer to it as names from now on. So Woodrow out in front still. He led from the start. He was on pole position, and he's just managed to keep himself out in front in that Mercedes. Grasshopper in the BMW in second, keeping the pressure on, not letting Woodrow get too far away from him. Neil Farmack, he is letting the guys get away from him just ahead, but he is coming under a lot of attention from Stormfly. Stormfly, remember, missing a couple of rounds, so he needs to get himself up on the podium, gather some decent points. He is up there challenging in the league, in the top end of the league, so he really does need some decent points to Stormfly. So he'll be looking at trying to get past Neil Farmack. I think he doesn't want to let Grasshopper and Woodrow go charging off into the distance. He does want to stay in touch with them all, but then again Neil Farmack does as well, and he's doing everything he can to keep Stormfly behind him. Scooby sitting in fifth. He's doing okay, not under a great massive amount of pressure. There is a little bit of a gap back to Brian Moncarney. Brian Moncarney in the Genesis Coupe, having a decent race so far. Then we do have quite a decent gap then back to Unforgiven, who's doing everything he can to catch up. But look at Stealth, look at that little focus catching up with the Mercedes, as Stealth really does creep up to the back of Unforgiven. So is Stealth thinking about making a move on Unforgiven? It's going to be an interesting battle towards the end of the race. We are just coming up to 9.5 minutes, so just over 5 minutes of this race to go as they come around the final turn and across the start finish line to start lap 7. It is lap 7, yes, as Stealth tries to close in on Unforgiven. So Unforgiven, although he thought he might have had a bit of an easy run in on this first race, it doesn't look like he's going to get it, because Stealth is after that P7. Corky down in 9th. Oh, and Willard, what's happened to Willard? Well, he's had must have had an almighty off. Let's have a look. Oh, there it was. It was quite a way back, wasn't it? Quite a way back. Well, he's had a couple of issues by the looks of it, because he's right down there with Corky. Oh, and he's had another off as well. Well, that is not what Willard wanted in race 1. Let's try and get back to somewhere where we were. So just approaching 10 minutes then, 5 minutes to go. Woodrow still leading from Grasshopper. Grasshopper just unable to do anything about Woodrow at the minute. Neil Farmack still in 3rd with Stormfly. Let's jump on board with Stormfly as he really starts to turn the screws now. Neil Farmack, obviously, he's used to all of this. He'll just soak it up like a sponge. It doesn't really bother him, I don't think. He'll just go about his business, do his thing. He's not giving Stormfly any opportunity to get by him at all, and that's what Stormfly's waiting for. He's just waiting for that one little opportunity, that one mistake from Neil Farmack, which is very unlikely to come, but you never know. So if Stormfly wants this, he's going to have to earn it. And that Genesis is pretty quick in a straight line. And you can see that although Stormfly is in the slipstream, he's just not able to get alongside of him and make the move. So Stormfly maybe looking at the cut back here as Neil Farmack gets on the power nice and early as well. So both had a decent exit out of turn 1, and Stormfly just being frustrated at the minute by Neil. Good racing from Neil though. Stormfly's just going to have to be patient and just keep pushing, keep that pressure on, trying to force that mistake. Oh, and now it's there. Stormfly goes up the inside through the hairpin and gets that move done. What a fantastic move. We were just saying he's just waiting for that opportunity, and it just suddenly appeared to him, and he jumped on it, didn't he? So Stormfly up into third and onto the podium. It may be a little bit too late to get a little bit further up and take P2 away from Grasshopper, but what a fantastic move from Stormfly. Neil Farmack has not finished yet though, so we're not writing him off. We have 3 minutes left, so at least another 2 laps to go. So Stormfly's got to do the defending now from Neil Farmack. Scooby's still sitting in 5th, although Brian Moncani is caught right up to the back of him. He's having a good old sniff around the rear end of that BMW as they come around the final turn and onto the start-finish straight. So Brian Moncani looking to move up a place and into P5. Scooby will try and defend it as they head down towards turn 1. Brian Moncani pulls to the inside. He's positioned that car exactly where he wants it. Into the braking zone they go. Nice tight turn there from Brian Moncani, although Scooby is going to be on the inside as they enter turn 2, and Scooby retakes P5 at turn 2, but Brian gets himself on the inside then into turn 3, and Scooby still in 5th through turn 4, and it's this very short sprint towards the hairpin. Brian Moncani still chasing Scooby down. Let's have a look at the time. It is just over 13 minutes. So we have roughly a minute and a half to go. And Brian Moncani desperate to get P5 away from Scooby. Unforgiven still sitting in 7th, so Stealth unable to catch up with him and put him under any kind of pressure. Corky in 9th. Still struggling, I think, with that car. I think he needs to alter the brake balance and maybe adjust the aero a touch. And Willard down in 10th. Tyres are looking great for Willard, but it's not done him any favours, has it? I'm sure this is one race he'll want to forget. Let's move on to the next one, he says. But out in front at the top with 1 minute to go as they start lap 10. Is Wadru through turn 1. This will be his final lap, and looking comfortable actually. Grasshopper has stayed with him all race, but has not been able to get close enough to actually challenge Wadru. Stormfly in 3rd now. He is creeping up to the back of Grasshopper. I just think they're going to run out of laps for Stormfly to actually make a move, unless Grasshopper makes a mistake. Neil Farmack has just dropped off the pace a little bit. We just saw Stormfly go purple as well, and he has got the fastest lap of 1:31.6. But as I say, I just think he's going to run out of lap to make any progress against Grasshopper, unless, as I've already said, Grasshopper makes a mistake as they head up towards the chicane. Or am I talking absolute rubbish and Stormfly is going to make a move on him before they get to the chicane? I think Grasshopper is going to make that BMW as wide as he can, but he doesn't know. Stormfly dives up the inside. What a move from Stormfly. Let's just have a look at that again. We thought that Grasshopper was just going to completely block the road so that Stormfly couldn't do anything about it, and then this very late move just as they approached the chicane. I think that really caught Grasshopper out. And they go through the chicane, but Grasshopper is fighting back. I'm going to have to go to Woodrow, who is coming around the final turn now. And we will see what's happening with Stormfly and Grasshopper, but a great win for Woodrow as he crosses the line. Stormfly is going to take 2nd. Well, there's that surprised me. Grasshopper in 3rd. I think it surprised Grasshopper as well. Neil Farmack takes 4th. Scooby is going to cross the line just ahead of Brian Moncani, who finishes in 6th. Unforgiven across the line in 7th, with Stealth in 8th. Corky will finish in 9th, with poor old Willard not having a great first race, but 2 more to go, so he can make amends. We're just following Corky around the final turn. I will also sort out these maps because I don't know what's going on here, and we'll get the proper one ready for race 2. So that's Corky across the line to take P9 with Willard coming home in 10th. So that was race 1 at the Nurburgring GP Sprint circuit. Join me very shortly for race 2.